Okay.
Hi.
Hi.
What I'm going to say is about euthanasia. The euthanasia means the practice of killing someone who is very, very ill and will never get better. So in order to end their suffering. So you have ever heard about euthanasia, right? And for example, it is allowed in Dutch since April 2001, and Belgium it is allowed since September 2002, and the state of Oregon in USA, they allow it restrictively. Yeah. And actually, I'm sorry, but I'm not sure in Korea. Is it legal? Legal, really?
But judge, right? Okay.
I'm not sure it is.
It depends on just judgment.
Judgment.
Ah.
The situation.
Yeah. So many people are used to coming up with allowing the euthanasia when they talk about it. I mean, indirect euthanasia. But actually, there are two types of euthanasia. One is, as I said, it's about indirect euthanasia. It's like removing pulmotor, pulmotor, artificial breathing machine, which is killing someone who has no hope anymore to recover. And the other thing is the direct euthanasia. It's like lethal injection, which is killing someone who is really, really ill, who has so serious disease. Yeah. Anyway. Actually, I believe we should be more careful in allowing euthanasia. In other words, I'm totally opposed to the euthanasia because this can bring lots of dangerous social problems. And first of all, it can bring a trend to make light of human life. If the euthanasia allowed all over the world, people would think giving up the life is very easy thing. And if a trend started to spread all over the world, I'm sure a trend would spread very easily and rapidly, and yeah. So we may not control that trend. And second of all, sometimes doctors make some mistakes. We human beings always make some mistakes, and unfortunately, doctors are human beings. And sometimes each doctors have different opinions of the patient's condition. Some guy can judge the patient's condition very positively, and some guy can judge it very negatively, because the personality of doctors affect their opinions a little bit. And as you know, the medical science is developing more and more. Time goes by, so nobody can expect whether someone can make some new medicines tomorrow or not. So yeah. And third one is some people can abuse the euthanasia for getting some advantages. This means, as you know, these days there are lots of can I say? lots of illegal, what can I say this, organ? Is it organs?
Transplants?
Yeah, I mean, lots of illegal dealing of human organs and or insurance frauds, right? So, if I think if the euthanasia allowed all over the world, I'm sure this program would increase rapidly. And fourth one is sometimes it can be a duty, patient's duty. It's up to the situation of patient. Just imagine there is a patient who have lots of kids and he don't have a lot of money, but he needs the biggest surgery, but he can't afford it because it costs $1 billion. You can just imagine, and he wants to live still, and he wants the surgery, but he may think he has to give up his life because of his kids, isn't it? So in this situation, it is not alright. I think it can be a kind of duty to give up his life. Last one is it is very important, and it can be a kind of obstruction to medical advances. If the euthanasia allowed very freely, the doctor could give up their patient's life very easily, and if the euthanasia allowed very freely, the today's medical science would never have been existed. So far I've spoken about the euthanasia, and to sum up, I hope you guys should remember these things. First, it can bring a trend to make light of human life, and second, sometimes doctors can make some mistakes because they are human beings. And some people can abuse the euthanasia for getting some advantages, and it can be an obstruction to medical advances. So somebody can think like that. Sometimes it may be necessary. Yeah. Sometimes it may be a medical solution, but what I insist is it isn't the best way to figure patient's problem. As I said, the medical science is developing more and more, and because we human beings have never given up for anything, I think today have been able to exist. Thank you.